I've lived in Tasmania for all of my life, and I'm always surprised by how many people just don't know about Marakoopa Caves. It's one of those spots that feels like a genuine secret that only the locals know about. If you're planning a trip to Tasmania, you definitely need to see this place. Let's go! A 15-minute drive from Mole Creek, Marakoopa Caves is part of the Mole Creek Karst, a large cave system in the foothills of the Great Western Tiers in northern Tasmania. Marakoopa Caves is one of 2 caves in the Karst system that is cared for by the Tasmanian Parks and Wildlife Service. The other being King Solomon Caves, which is about 15 minutes drive west of Marakoopa. The indigenous population used the caves for shelter prior to English colonisation. I would love to give you more information, but the English weren't really interested in anthropological endeavours during the Frontier War. In the 1830s, Europeans found the caves during surveying of the area, which was done by the Van Diemen Land Company. In 1912, the caves were opened to the public as a tourist attraction. This included holding musical shows and having Sunday church services in the Grand Cathedral. Marakoopa Caves is part of the Mole Creek Karst National Park, which is the only national park in Tasmania to protect a karst land formation. A karst is a land formation from the dissolution of soluble carbonate rocks such as limestone and dolomite, which causes sinkholes and caves. In 1982, the Mole Creek Karst was World Heritage listed. Mole Creek Karst finally became a national park in 1996. There are several insects that call Marakoopa home, including the glowworm species. I'm not going to even try and say it, I'll put it up on screen. It is also home to cave crickets, harvestmen, and the Mole Creek Cave pseudoscorpion. Animals such as bandicoots and giant freshwater crayfish have also been seen in the cave or in the bushland and creeks around Marakoopa. Now, caves can be easily damaged by humans, not only purely from just having too many tourists coming through every day, but from also people touching or breaking stalagmites or stalactites, but also from people brushing up against the cave walls with their skin or clothing. Tourists visiting the caves can also crush, damage and destroy food sources for all the cave-dwelling species. To mitigate this, Tasmanian Park Services have capped the amount of people that can go on a tour. They also have capped how many tours can run per day. And you cannot enter Marakoopa Caves without being part of a tour. Protected by a case, this stalagmite is trying to meet with the stalactite that's coming from the cave roof. The stalagmite also has a lot of watermarks from where the cave has flooded previously. The most significant floods being 2022, 2016 and 2011. As the stalagmite has developed in a path where people tend to walk through on tours, they have enclosed it in a case so it doesn't become damaged. We took the Underground Rivers and Glowworm tour as it had minimal stairs and is more accessible. The other tour on offer at Marakoopa is the Grand Cathedral and Glowworms tour. We then made our way to the creek that runs through Marakoopa. Our guide let us know that occasionally they will see a platypus making their way through. Unfortunately, we didn't see one today. Let's start heading back to the cave entrance. Cave tours are available every day except Christmas Day. The tours run for 45 minutes and are offered daily. Tickets for adults are $32, and for children between the ages of 5 and 17, tickets are $16. As I mentioned earlier, tour sizes are capped, so bookings are essential and can be made up to 14 days prior by calling the ticket office. You cannot book online, so please be careful when trying to look for information about booking. I will leave a link with all the information for booking below in the description and in the pinned post if you want more information. Another thing to note is that you will need a car to make your way to Marakoopa. There is no public transport. There's barely any public transport between Mole Creek and Launceston, and that is more attuned for people that are commuting into Launceston for school or work. Both tours at Marakoopa Caves are not accessible for those who require assistance with mobility. Both cave tours have geologically formed areas that are too narrow for mobility aids, such as wheelchairs, and there's stairs as well. If you're someone that doesn't like being in the dark or in enclosed spaces, or are claustrophobic, visiting Marakoopa Caves may not be for you. Back towards where we started the tour, the guide switched all the lights off so we could see the glowworms. It does take your eyes a little bit of time to adjust, but as you adjust, you begin to see this glowing world. I hope you've seen from this video that Marakoopa Caves is an amazing place to visit, and that it's well worth your time and effort from travelling either from Devonport or Launceston to spend some time here. Let me know in the comments below if you've been to Marakoopa Caves before or if you're planning to visit. And if you're planning your trip to Tasmania, you should subscribe so you can get some more inspiration for your travels. Not far from Marakoopa Caves is Trewanna Wildlife Sanctuary. You should absolutely check out this video here about it. And I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks for watching.